Hello, Commanders, and welcome back to the 140 Survive the Horde here in Fortnite Save the World. In today's video, I would like to show you how to solo the Week 11 modifier in Not Space Rocks. So let's go ahead and select our challenge, share with you my hero loadout, and when it comes to this particular modifier, we are going to need to defend our bases against fallen projectiles. So the anti-air trap will be important here. All right, let's go ahead and see what our first potential defense might be. Again, you have a choice here, depending upon your playstyle.
You're already a hero in my eyes, but if you're up for another round, who am I to complain? And who are you to complain about me scheduling this mining expedition during Gale Force storm season? No one, that's who. Apologies. I'm still grappling with some intense post-mistake energy. I have no idea how you people live like this on a daily basis. Oh, again, my apologies. You're wonderful, and your constant mistake-making is informative and reliable. Perhaps I should disable my comm.
All right.
You have some amount of time to set up before the first wave. Good luck, Commander.
So, only need to have one of the objectives successfully defended in order to get a clear here. Do want to remind you of that. If you are, joining me once again for a continuation of this series, as a reminder, all of this season, when it comes to Survive the Horde, is available on a playlist here on my YouTube page. I have that link in the description below. You want to catch up and or see how the season went, as we are now at our final modifier.
Commander, we have a new enemy.
I'm going to go with this defense right here, like this one.
Structures are taking damage.
Okay. And we'll just let that fall. We're going to shoot this here.
Our first base has just been compromised. As my robot friend likes to say, we have a break in the action.
Let's get this down because it could be a potential land bridge for flingers. You definitely want to take it down as a result.
Supply drops are inbound. Base B is under attack.
All right, so we allowed our first to drop because I'm going to defend this, of course. So let's go collect our supply drop. We will have just the one right now, as we are still in wave 1. With the first fort falling. And then once and or if you allow the second to fall, you would rinse and repeat. All right. But now we are at the defense I have selected here. And I want to go with some wall launchers here, I believe. Okay. Let me get these touched up. Get our walls at tier 3. Definitely want to go ahead and get some anti-air traps above our head.
According to our radar, the storm is
These will be important.
real weird. And the suggested course of action is shrug emoji? Should have read that one first. That's on me.
Okay, that guy's there. Let's move this guy. If I can, let's try to get them to work their way up here.
Enemy down.
We tend to like to get them in specific positions. All right, so we're good there. I'm going to move this guy over here too. All right, cool. So we'll keep all of them up here working and running. Let's get a few more darts working. Okay, again, you have space rocks here, so be mindful of it. I'm actually going to go with some anti-airs in the corner, pockets on the floor here. And then we want to get that secondary layer up top here going. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and break. We're going to go up a higher level. I apologize. Okay, so again, anti-air traps, and a lot of them. You can hear they are just dropping left and right now. Non-stop. All right. Will be important to level or upgrade all this material eventually, but you have to do what you can early, right? That guy should not be on the ground, nor should that guy. I want them up top here. But we'll let it go for now.
You're doing great. Keep it up.
All right, good. We'll let that go for now. All right. So consistent barrage of space rocks. All right, so wave 2 is in. Now we'll get 2 balloons here. Even though we let our first objective fall, we still get 2 on wave 2. So the game's kind of forgiving to us, you know what I mean? So we want to make sure without question that we are getting these things. Try to maneuver the best we can. All right. I'm going to head back this way. All right. Same location for our attack. Nice little pocket there where you can jump up, by the way. Quickest would be work around. All right, so wave 2 now, right? And again, they should be up here, and I don't know why they were moving with me, but nonetheless, we'll be all right. Go ahead and take these buildings down. Just don't want this in our way. Could lead to problems, so. Land bridges, things like that, right? Let's just clear it all out the best we can. All right, let's bring these little guys back over here. Yeah, I like that. Alright, so over the lava, we'll go this high. Then we're going to need to extend up a little bit. And we'll wrap here.
We have a break in the action.
Right. And my goal is definitely to try to get these guys to spawn here. Here he comes. I want them up here. And I don't know why they reset on me. They should not have when we had them defending, but they did. We'll get that third one in place in a second. Let me go get my balloon, though. Now we have just the one. This will be our pillar wave. We'll use our
More husks incoming.
Rosie for this.
Destroy the pillars to end the wave. Command, we've just learned that the storm pillars are vulnerable to melee attacks. Ranged attacks still work, but if your team wants to risk an up-close fight, it might be worth.
Also, I'll make sure you get your healing pads out.
They got me.
Little help here. Thanks for the save.
All right. Good start. Again, I kind of want to make sure that this core, especially these two layers here, are good to go. We don't want to be worrying about this later on. Okay. I'll come back to that in a moment. We're going to stand out here now. I'm really getting annoyed with these defenders since they've made the changes, right? I've selected him to defend. All these guys should be defending right now. They should not be with me. because I selected him to do that, you know? Just an unnecessary change in this game that they did when they started messing with defenders. Did not need to do it. And it's unfortunate. Okay. We'll keep this for now, and then we're going to fix that. All right, just a second here. We're going to push here for a moment. All right, let me go ahead here. Go get the Rosie down again.
Man, that hurt. Enemy down. I'm down. Help!
We are going to use a combination of a lot of electric fields with the anti-airs if we can. Because those tires could cause us quite a bit of lag, potentially in the game. That's been around since the beginning of time, it feels like, but something to be mindful of. And I'm going to take this to right about here, I think. Let's get some healing down. All right, we'll need some additional resource here in a bit.
Husk. Enemy down.
We got what we got though right now, right? So.
Take her.
All right, let me go see where our other... pillars might be. You can also find those just on the map. I see them. All right, let's get out of here then. We're going to move in shape.
Taker spotted.
All right, little plasma pulse on this one. Melee or shoddy, whatever works best for you. Playstyle choice.
We have
Just don't
supplies
stand in
all
place.
over the way.
That's the key.
You know what to do. Heal up, get supplied, and keep an eye out for the storm.
All right, guys. Let's move. All right, so 2 balloons yet again here now.
Base C is under attack.
So let's go ahead and grab those. So it kind of alternates if you let that first go. Remember, keep your assault rifle as well. Don't recycle that so you can get some long range. Shoot the balloons down. I know we're at the end of the season, but you might be joining me for the first time, so we'll treat it as if you are. I'd like to go through. Always a pleasure to meet new Save the World players these days. And or an honor to have you returning, if you are. Appreciate you, truly. Okay, let's hit this geyser. And then we've got some work we gotta go do. Now, we're gonna get these, this one's going to fall, and we're gonna get another balloon drop, right? So, sort of like we did on wave 1 there. But we have some work to do out here yet. Well, let's go do it.
This is a tough fight, but you're my very best team.
Okay, we're gonna go out to there.
We cannot lose this space.
And we'll connect here for another layer of protection for takers, especially, right? Make sure we're mindful of that.
Forget to repair.
All right, so we have another balloon. Let's grab it.
The storm has a new target.
And I'm actually going to build out to it. And now it'll just be the one. Then we'll start working those bridges now. Be mindful of them. All right. So this here, we're going to have to elevate. Otherwise, openings will occur. Stay at least 2 tiles high, friends, if you're building lava shields. Many different ways to play Save the World. Some like lava shields, some do not. I am a big fan of them, or like this, in this mode, in limited time modes in general. If you invest in them early, or suffer early, you'll succeed later. Guaranteed. More so than if you leave this open at the end and you start getting bombarded with these space rocks, lobbers, flingers, things of that nature, right? So just something to be aware of. We'll have to make some replacements probably too on our ceilings as we're going.
Don't give up.
Okay, kind of see how everything's just connecting for us right now. Well, I'm going to take this all the way to this edge right here. And we're going to work our way around. Okay. And then I'm going to start sealing this in for a bit. Usually down to the edge here. Right about there. Here I like a double layer of protection up that hill. Alright, so it takes care of that. This is good here. Defenders are moving and shaking. Let's go ahead and make sure that core is tiered up again. For the end. Want to be mindful of that. Okay, and then in here... Go here, but I want to go ahead and drop this down now. Let's take this. See this right here? That could be a land bridge. We don't want that. So I just kind of shred this, honestly.
We have some time before
You don't have to worry about
next
this side over here as much, though, I will tell you.
Heal up, get supplied, and keep an eye out for the storm's next target.
Just a playstyle choice here, honestly.
Base B is under attack.
Now, at this point, you're going to be wanting to have that shield all finished, and then you'll want to be trapping by 6. So we've got some work to do here in our connections. Double check it for a moment. See here, we're not quite finished, right? So let's finish it up. Again, I just like to connect this. This is my own personal thing in case we need to run through here later.
We have an update from our chief meteorologist. And it appears to be a resignation letter.
All right, everything's nice and connected. And we're looking just great over here. Now 6, we'll be ready for. Or we'll need to be mindful of, I guess I should say. And you're going to take this basically all the way out to here because you could see they were sort of able to potentially throw over there. And then this all connects. I need some more building material. All right, let's go take a look at, you know, our trap situation a little bit. Let's see our lower level traps, make sure our, you know, we don't have some stuff burnt out here, potentially, which looks like we might. And we're going to need to seal that. But everything else looks really good here. All right, let's go ahead.
We have a break in the action. The storm has a new target.
All right. Again, we have some stuff to seal there. All right, so you're going to be looking at... we're going to get some build materials here. 1 second. Go. We got to head out this way. All right, so first weapon in, we'll go with the shotty. Make sure you top your ammunitions off. That way you're good. You know, ammo that you think you might potentially be using anyway. Do not need this either. Let's work. All right, so potentially could have, you know, a boss situation if you're not paying attention to it.
The storm's calling in the
And remember, we're going to connect all this.
I don't know exactly what's headed your way,
Because we are going to be throwing the enemies off the edge a little bit with our wall launchers, things like that. You don't want to wall launch flingers and potential enemies, you know, that could be a problem for you. All right, there's the boss we just mentioned. Now, out here, we can go with some seal and drop traps, but not where those anti-airs are, right? All right, let's go take a look at this boss here for a moment, see what he's looking at. And he is nature, so let's get him off the wall.
Take her!
All right, first thing we need to do is go heal. Let's do that so we don't get ourselves in trouble here. We'll let those guys shoot through there still. Let me get some darts up here. You can hear those space rocks are going nuts. Now, if you start losing, like we are here, all right, we're going to have to replace. So basically, if I'm missing tiles, it's an anti-air trap on every tile I'm missing. Is how I kind of run it. All right, and then I'm going to start getting this trapped out. Just basically going to walk to the edge here, make sure they can't,
A break in the action.
you know, get after you.
The storm has a new target.
All right, let's go ahead and start getting some freeze down. Be mindful of our direction of our freeze traps. All right, let's go ahead and get our
Stay in the fight.
balloon. You have lobbers and flingers now. You get your shield up, you'll be all right. They're going to open you a little bit if you don't get the traps down quite yet. But we have plenty of anti-airs up top to protect us. Plus damage to boot, right? But yeah, we're going to start getting in here. Getting these items in. Also, I'm going to be paying attention to our next weapon as well. And all you're doing is you're listening for flingers, right? You're listening to see if you have projectiles coming through the top at you. If you don't, you're golden. And as you can tell here, we don't. So, not yet. Well, just as I'm speaking, we do. All right, so let's go ahead and get some electric fields down. Let's get this damage popping. All right, let's go ahead and get this fixed a minute.
Don't forget to repair. A supply drop is coming your way. Base B is under attack.
Okay, no big deal. All right, let's get some traps down now. Basically anywhere where we're missing them, right? Let's do it.
I know. It's a nightmare out there. But if anyone can handle it, it's you.
I'm going to switch up here and get some tires out here, though. I like to slow them down up in this area. Not as high of a traveled area, if you will, here. So, at times. Yeah, we'll tire this. Kind of slow them down here, because later on we're going to do, you know, we're switch our style up a bit. A lot of space rocks going.
Another base is under attack.
All right, good.
Base B is under attack.
All right.
More husks incoming. You'll need to destroy the pillars to end the wave.
All right, pillar wave, guys. All right, so let's do it. Now I'm going to rotate a couple different plasmatics here. Let's work our way this way now. Let me just check this out for a minute.
Smasher! Oh, man, that hurt.
Okay, I've got 5 left. Just kind of want to be methodical here. Work yourself around at 360 degrees. And we're out. All right.
You're doing great out there. Keep it
Just make sure everything is copacetic, if you will.
up. A supply drop is coming your way. The storm has a new target.
Ah, did not want that.
According to our
We'll let
radar,
this just blow
the
up.
storm is
Be fine.
real weird. And the suggested course of action is shrug emoji? Should have read that one first.
All right, gonna have a lot of propane here. There's exploders and things of that nature, so just be aware of it. And now here, I'm just gonna slow them down a little bit. Basically what you want to do, you just want to kind of slow them down if you can.
Flinger spotted.
All right, let's go get our balloon. A lot of space rocks, big massive meteor dropping. I want to go ahead and take a look, see if I can get some more anti-airs down. Might not be a bad idea, right?
Husk spotted. Flinger.
We
Smasher
have some
spotted.
time before the next wave. You know what to do. Heal up, get supplied, and keep an eye out for the storm's next target. Supplies incoming! Base B is under attack.
All right. Let's get these guys following me for a moment. Again, they're all like not where they're supposed to be, so let's come up here for just a second. I'm gonna get another layer of anti-airs
Storm
out.
rage is increasing. All and any monsters are now on the menu.
I want these guys up top here with me if I can get them up here. All right, I want this guy here. I want this guy to come over here.
Smasher.
All right, we'll leave them there. That way they can stay
Tanker.
and fight for us, right? Be careful. He's a ricochet.
I'm down. Help. Smasher little help here. Tinker spotted. All right. Back in action. Smasher.
I want him to follow me. I want him off the floor. He should not be on this floor.
Smasher spotted. Tanker.
And there he is.
We have a moment to breathe between husks.
All right, we got corrosion
Storm
next.
has a new target.
All right. Good. Well, let's go check our balloon drop. You don't want to take your eyes off this one. Sometimes they can open you up, especially if you're building metal. So I would be mindful of that. Get that balloon drop, get back as soon as you can, in my opinion.
Despite evidence to the contrary, you're doing great out there. Every second you buy our deep field heroes is critical. We didn't come here to win. We came here to fight.
I'm going to start mixing in tar pits too now for replacements. All right, let's go take a look. Again, let's be ready for this one because they could, you know, try to get in a little deeper on you if you don't want it. All right, and again, we'll start mixing in the tar. I'm actually going to make a second one up here.
Smasher.
Let me just double check here, make sure we don't have any flinger areas. I don't like that there, so let's extend that a little bit. All right, yeah, it's just basically on this one is what we're looking at, man. It's just the space rocks. Just trying to cause us some trouble.
Don't forget to repair. Base B is under attack.
And then we're gonna start going down, make sure our tires are in place. And all right, 13 is going to be pillars. This is your wave to start preparing for the end, if you will. Of course, that's time dependent on your playstyle. I would take time here. I'd let your traps burn a little bit too, honestly. That way you can get some nice replacements for the end. Machinist Harper and support's a really good idea. Trap durability bonuses, many as you can get. It's a great idea, especially when you're on your own solo, right? There's some things to think about, depending upon your playstyle. You'll always be able to tell with me, I do not use weapon-focused loadouts in this game. You do not need them. And in fact, I would say it's a little bit better not to be dependent upon that. Be more dependent upon your trapping and your building skill set, right? Remember, believe in your build, stay calm. All right, so 13, again, we're going to have all the time we want here, but the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take care of this boss. Okay, and you do want to note you're going to have some takers here that are going to try to get queued on you. Okay, he's a trapper, so we're going to push him out, let the traps work for us. And then we are going to start getting ready for the end here.
Taker. Enemy down. Spotted.
What you're going to want to do here now is we're going to want to slow them down a little.
Taker spotted.
All right, now right here at the end, you're going to want to make sure you have some really good access here. So what I like to do is I'm going to open this up right here if we can. All right. Make sure you can get up top if you need to. Try to open this up too here. And I like to have some healing up here for the end, in case you need to fast heal. Again, let's just get this all upgraded if we can. Make sure you have your balloon. Same thing up here now.
Taker spotted!
Okay, good. Same thing up here too. You want to start looking, making sure your anti-air traps aren't exhausted, right? Things of that nature. Have some access points if need be. All right, I like what we've got going there. So let me just get a few more things done.
Bust! Taker spotted!
All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we have some extra electric fields, some seal and drop traps if we need them, maybe some darts, right? We're going to start, replacing. All right, let's go work. Let's get these pillars down. Now be careful on the takers here. They're going to hit you pretty hard. Something to be mindful of. And as you just saw right there, well, let's go ahead and make sure you got your heals down. Seen a couple areas here where I think I want a couple extra traps. And then when you get down to one, I would just do a nice little 360 pass here. Like, what kind of traps are we missing? What do we need to repair, replace, things like that. Make sure our anti-airs up top at the end are going to be right, because you're going to deal with your space rocks throughout as we've been dealing with. Looks like we got some traps out. All right, good opportunity to start replacing your traps in. And that's exactly what we're looking for. Make sure you're repairing all those traps. Okay, 1 second. They're getting a little cute here, the takers are. They hit hard too, those takers will. They're going to hit real hard. So please be careful on them. Always be looking at that health. Remember that survivalist in the support team, there's a purpose for it. Please do not listen if someone tells you that survivalist is not a good hero in the end game. That is so incorrect. Okay, that little bit of health, you don't need the most, right? You need the right. It really can save you. And it's free passive healing, no matter the amount. Something's better than nothing in this situation. You don't want to be worrying about having to heal yourself as much when you're running through doing this, right? You want to be able to just focus on the objective at hand, if you will. Just like we're doing here now. Okay, tires all look in place and appropriate here. I don't see any issues. Again, I would start trying to work on, if you can, right? Anything's healed up and right, but... All right, let's take a look. All right, so we have a little pocket over here now we need to get to. Careful on your fall damage, too. I would put a couple down here, actually, on this map. It's nice to have a few down here. Go back up. All right, so they're over here now. All right, we have a little bit of opening on our lobber shield, so we'll be mindful of that. That's not something you want to see, so let's go ahead and take care of that for a moment. All right, we've got some tires out. Let's replace them. All right, just a real nice, ample opportunity to get yourself right as rain here. Looks like we have a little bit of opening here. Don't like seeing that, so let's fix it. All right, let's find that last pillar. Okay, it's right below us. All right, and we're out. All right, so just make sure everything's, you know, like I said, right as rain. If you're missing traps, replace them. Just in case they go in the lava, they could. And we've already replaced all this, right? So, just something to be mindful of. Actually, I think a couple of darts there is not a bad idea.
Stay in the fight.
All right, let's work out. Get this. So we will not get a balloon on 15. All right, this will be my last balloon. Because on that, you're going to have a couple smashers going to come through here on 14, and you're going to have to get your walls ready. You'll want to reposition your base, too, potentially. A little higher, but I'll show you that once we get there. Sometimes on that bottom floor, when the death bombs and stuff start coming out, they'll want to get after you a little bit. your base will lose, and then everything starts falling. It's going to get hectic in the last wave. It always does. Again, you just got to believe in the build. Keep your distance. Have your defenders rocking like we do. I would also see about another plasmatic too here.
Slinger spotted. Smasher.
And as I mentioned, right, you're going to deal with some smashers here, unfortunately. Just is what it is.
Slinger.
Be mindful of your building mats here too. I do want to point that out.
Slinger spotted. Smasher.
Don't forget to repair. A supply drop is coming your way. Base B is under attack.
No, these are probably going to blow. That's fine. I'm just trying to give ourselves a little bit extra time here, if we can. We actually have a little bit of time here. I say we weren't going to go get it, but I wouldn't be worried about, though, if you can't get it. I like it, though, because it gives you another plasmatic.
The extraction team has dislodged themselves from a fallen tree and is en route.
And it gives you some more building mats. So I don't mind seeing it. And then I would also get you some... Oh, that's not good. You don't want to waste your slow build up here. I get some more of these as well.
Slinger spotted. Smasher. Smasher spotted. Slinger. Smasher spotted.
Again, just kind of watch your base here. If you need to.
Taker. Enemy down. Smasher spotted.
All right, let's go with slow field.
Taker spotted! Smasher spotted! Slinger! Taker! Smasher! Slinger spotted!
Okay, base is good, so we don't need to change that.
Smasher!
Okay, everything's looking really good right now.
Husk! Slinger! Enemies down! Smasher spotted!
All right, let's go slow field. Again, you're just kind of switching up your mentality here.
Taker spotted!
You're just kind of slowing them down a little bit right now. Right? Again, you don't need to be shooting weapons, right? You don't have to. Just use your builds, man. Right?
Slinger spotted!
A little shot if you want.
Smasher spotted!
But anyway, that is your week 11 challenge in Not Space Rocks. Let's go ahead and load out here for a moment, show you our rewards for this week. We are going to receive a banner. I do want to take a moment here to thank you for being a part of our Survive the Horde series here on my YouTube page. We have now completed all 11 of the different modifiers, all of the challenges to include your Challenge 5187, both with 1 fort and then the other with 3. Again, I do have that link in the description below for you if you are interested in either in an upcoming season in the future, kind of refamiliarizing yourself with what you're looking at with the modifiers, and or just in general, if you want to go ahead and look back, over the season, and or if you're preparing for this week on this particular episode. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at our rewards. And again, we are basically looking at this banner right here.